Ladies and gentlemen, please take a seat. The slaughter is in motion. Welcome to Celluloid Slaughter with your hosts, James and Joe.
And we have 2 hours and 2 minutes of time. I'm doubting we're going to fill it up.
Yeah, I feel like we can knock this out in like 20 minutes.
Alright.
Alright, so, Jim.
Welcome to the Celluloid Slaughter, everyone. I'm your host, Jim, and this is my co-host,
Joe.
We're back after a long-awaited 3 years.
You know, it's not really that long. If you just click on the last upload, then you just click on this one right
Yeah,
after.
you listen to our dream, what was the Nicolas Cage movie? Dreamscape or...
Oh, Dream Scenario.
Dream Scenario, yeah.
It's just me laughing at everything. Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah, watch that, then come watch this. As we return to format to talk about a movie this week, Alien Romulus, Joe.
Which I absolutely loved.
Amazing.
I don't think it's the best Alien, but I do think it has a really good fucking production value, which keeps it up with the top 3 for sure.
Spoilers ahead, by the way, for Alien Romulus.
This fucking movie sucks. What the fuck?
Well, I personally think that this movie was just pretty bullshit with the fact that it had a black person doing multiple accents.
A lot of
these are real complaints we've heard. By the
real
way.
Complaints, yeah. Let's just buzz off a few.
Oh
she wasn't sexy enough getting into her spacesuit at the end of the movie, like Sigourney was.
The Asian girl wasn't sexy enough. They desexified her.
I don't think.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
These are crazy statements.
And they're like, why they need to bring sex into it? I'm like, we watched Alien Covenant. People were fucking in that movie in the shower, and they got murdered, and you guys didn't like that either.
Right. It's also crazy to me that for an Alien movie, you don't like that it's not sexy enough when like the first movie was literally like, hey, how can we make men feel uncomfortable about, giving birth?
Yeah, a bunch of dirty truckers getting picked off, and then the lady lives like...
Right. Sorry, this wasn't sexy enough for you. It annoys the fuck out of me. The whole woman character isn't sexy enough. Because like I just told you before we started recording, people are doing this for the Silent Hill remake, where the main girl they're saying isn't sexy enough anymore.
Jim, I already told you I'm not siding with you on this one.
It's just crazy because it's like, oh, I'm sorry, you wanted the victim of sexual abuse to be like hyper sexy for you.
Yeah, it's a fetish, Jim.
I know, I get it's a fetish.
I
get it's a fetish that every woman has to be sexy. Nobody can have any sort of visual identity outside of your vision of sexy.
Yeah, a lot of complaints are about this movie are about the casting. They don't like how young they are. I don't want to watch a bunch of teenagers in space. They're not teenagers.
They're not.
Their actors are like in their late 20s, and they're playing offspring of people who were corporate slaves to Wayland, and they live on this random planet or moon or wherever it is.
Right.
And they have no life.
They've taken on the debts of their parents. They are now forced to work.
They are slaves.
That'll kill them.
These people were born into this system, and they don't know even what the sun looks like. That's a really good place to start with these characters. Like, holy fuck. Like,
a lot of the complaints we've been hearing have felt so just grabbing for straws. Really falling out of a window and just reaching for anything you can on the way down.
Yeah, complaining just to complain. It seems like a new strategy of like people that don't really like movies anymore, but they love talking about them.
They love hating it.
Yes. And that's all they can focus on.
And it's just never good complaints. There's no good critiques, I feel like, with most media anymore.
Why are they saying it's so stupid? It's so stupid. Well, like, it's a haunted house movie. Yes, they're going to get killed. That's kind of the fun of it.
It's also, they talk about it as if the characters in the movie are supposed to be aware of the alien, as if they are Sigourney Weaver's character, or they're the Space Marines, or they are members of Weyland-Yutani.
I'm sorry, but these people don't have the quadrilogy box set of Alien, and they can learn the lore of it all. Like,
it's also crazy to me that, like, because I don't know if I've heard this complaint yet, but, like, Andy specifically, addresses the fact that once he gets the new chip and he becomes British, he doesn't have any new knowledge. He's just more, like, upgraded. He personally has a higher drive, he has a higher clearance. He doesn't know anything more than he already previously did. And we see him learn. We see him talk with Rook, who is Ash.
Which we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. He talks with him, and Rook informs him of things. Rook is relaying information to Andy. Rook is the only reason Andy knows what he needs to know, and Andy learns as he goes on. But he doesn't have any prior knowledge the moment he takes that chip. So again, they are still going off information they are learning in the moment. Like, it's so, like, laid out to the audience that it's crazy when they miss it.
It's also a really good plot device to have him fucking flip and you trust him for the first half of the movie, and then after that, holy shit! You can't, like, well...
They make him a very meek and very, agreeable character who's just trying to keep somebody safe. And then the fucking, like, the cousin running to get off the ship, and Andy grabbing the fucking door and prying it open while staring him dead in the eyes, because he's like, I just don't want you guys... It's not even like a thing of, I don't want you guys to, get hurt. I just don't want you escaping with what is precious.
Yes. Yeah. That was...
The cargo you hold is more important than you. You cannot leave.
Yeah, like... So good. And then the idea that fucking people are mad about him being like that kind of character, like, oh, he's autistic
that he's autistic coded.
Like, that's kind of interesting.
Which I think they use him having a malfunctioning android parts really well for the fact that
he's the best character in the movie.
He's having like these episodes and stuff. He is the best character in my opinion as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so well defined, and it's always the android that's just so much more interesting. Look at David. Michael Fassbender as David is perfect.
There's a reason why people really like the androids of this franchise, because they're always done
they
so
keep coming back.
People keep love Bishop, and they keep doing them really well.
And speaking of the way they brought Bishop back as an Alien 3, very cool. Glad they did that with Ash.
Rook.
Rook.
We just started talking about him.
Alright, so we're going to get into Rook now, and how do you feel about it?
I think it really worked the best. In general, I said it to you when we were watching it. I was like, that kind of looked like Ash. I kind of made a mention of like, yeah, that's like a little cool thing that like you can kind of tell it looks like Ash, and this is before they revive him. Yeah, it's just when he's like dead on the ground, and there's like a moment where he pops up to grab somebody's leg. Yeah, like, oh, it looks like Ash. That's such a cool reference that it's like subtle and everything. And then the lights turn on, and they pick his body up and put it on the table, and it's like, oh, it's supposed to be. It's intentional. It's not just like, a little gimmick. It's done, and it's done very well. I think that them using an Acolyte animatronic for it was really good, but I brought this up to you. I think they should have removed more parts of the face to sell the animatronic gimmick better. Yeah,
have a little bit of his white blood milk oozing down some. Mm-hmm. Fuck up his mouth some. That way your CGI lip doesn't need to fucking compensate.
Peel back on the skin on like one of the sides of the face to just kind of like help show that like more like some words won't like come through properly because it's not the lips that are forming the words, it's the vocal box, and that's what's intact.
Yeah, and glitch a little bit. Like I liked it, but I do think that them painting over the prosthetic too much may have been an issue.
Very the prequel. Yeah, where it's like they use all the practical effects and they're like in post they're like, let's make it all digital.
It seems like it was the studios pushing that.
Yeah, they don't think it looked good enough or something.
He used the tools and they they washed over it.
I think it looked good though, and they did say they had asked the family, the widow, the children, they'd asked the family for permission. They made sure it was okay with them to do so. And I believe in the video he said that he did get permission to do it and whatnot. Yeah. And so as long as you have that, I don't think it matters what most other people say about the way you do it. But personally, I don't think they should use the AI voice. Yeah.
One thing I really did like was the fact that they actually fucking did it. Yeah. I understand some people seeing it, they're like automatically off-put by it. And for most of the time when I see it, my favorite one has been Tarkin from Rogue One. Mm-hmm. And it's already a cartoon genre movie. I fall right into it.
I think it just looks good still, though.
I like the idea that we can bring back this character. He may not be around, but we want to see the character.
And I also think the effect and the way they did it and their use of it was very liberal and very sparse, but they did it in a good way. And then I think with this, they understood that the best way it looked other than just, like just straight up showing it not moving or anything like that, or like, the minimal movements when he's not talking, is when they put him on a monitor, and it kind of became like a video game when he's talking to you, like on a little screen in the corner of your like HUD. You like see him like appear in a little screen going, Vox, do a barrel roll, something like that. It was very good. The effect was so much better when they did it that way, in my opinion.
The movie felt very video game inspired, which he admits to it being inspired by, and those aspects of it I really like. That's why I liked it. Like, it's like a video game set of character giving you a little context of where to go next.
Right. This is your navigator.
Yes, yeah.
It's also... Alien Isolation is so clearly an inspiration for this.
Are these people that aren't fans of this, are they fans of Alien Isolation?
I don't think they know of Alien Isolation. Or if they do, they don't know what it is. They don't know like what it's like. They just know that there is an Alien game that people like. It's a horror game.
I feel like if they were to play that game, even just the different little jump-off points of that, where you can play as the original crew, that would be fun.
I think Alien Isolation is one of those points of the genre where I think that's been holding it together.
Yeah.
Like, when nothing's out, going to that is the best place to go for content, because it's such a good game.
I'm reading that so many more people are playing that game now.
Yeah, it's blown up. It's
and
really
people are calling those people fake fans. And
I hate that shit.
And for one, I started playing it again because I just watched Alien Romulus, and I'm like, oh fuck, I want more Alien again.
And there's not many good Alien games too. The Colonial Marines games have been consistently very bad.
Yeah,
they've not like made a mark. They did make one recently that was good, but I feel like it doesn't have enough of a player base.
I remember playing one, and after a while, I just got super bored of like bug hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we had one on Game Boy or whatever it was, and it was terrible.
It's just, Isolation is such a good game, captures the first movie's tone.
Because of the horror elements.
And then gives you a way to fight back.
Yeah.
Which I like, but it's also, hey, you have a revolver and like a shock stick and stuff. You don't have like the world's best tools to fucking fight this though. No. So don't try head-on battle, which is what this movie does. It's like, hey, be smart. Don't like run right at it, avoid them. Lower the temperature in the rooms, raise the temperature, keep the little fucking facehuggers docile as you run.
Last time it got me, I was in a hallway playing and it came down from above and got me. I was like, oh fuck. Should have known.
I watched a compilation of somebody getting, like every time they were scared by the alien, just dropping out of nowhere to fucking grab them.
Yeah.
Fucking like, it'll run into a room and then it'll disappear above like the cabinet you're hiding in. And then it'll just fucking pop down and grab you anyways.
Such a scary, fun game.
It's so good.
And I'm happy that the genre of, like, horror being the main core of the movie being ever so present. The other movies, they're not scary.
No.
Alien Resurrection, like, it's
definitely not scary.
It's all camp. It's all, you're just having fun.
It's Catwoman playing basketball.
Yeah, it's that. And then Alien 3 is just dread. Just super dreary and not really what I was really into. Then Aliens...
Good concept, bad execution.
Yeah, Aliens is dark and scary until it's not. And it's just gung-ho.
It keeps that for like a minute, and then it's like, and there's also 100 aliens, so it's like, the impact of seeing one isn't as dangerous anymore.
Once they kill off most of the cast, and it's just a few of them left, that's when it gets good again.
Here's the thing. With one alien, it can't die.
Right. You lose a lot of the horror after seeing them being treated like bugs getting killed in a hallway by a machine gun.
But if you have multiple aliens, then it becomes like, well, just, okay, I guess they're here.
Yeah.
But in Romulus, there's a reveal, and it's done very well, and they don't show it in the trailers, except for the newer ones. They should have been showing it. In the trailers that have built up to it, they don't show you that there's going to be multiple aliens. A good reveal in the movie when we do see it. And also, I feel like the terror of them isn't lost, even with the characters having pulse rifles.
Yes.
They have a sparing amount of ammo, and they can't, just fucking blaze through them. No. And they know that. So they have to create an obstacle to help keep the aliens, not on top of them. Which is really good. They were like, we can't kill them all, so what we're going to do is turn off the gravity and create a fucking tunnel of acid. So they can't touch us.
And the whole elevator of fucking plot mechanics of it all. It was so much fun. And terrifying. You're like, it's a roller coaster.
And that'd
be a cool roller coaster ride.
Tower Terror.
Yeah.
Tower of Terror, but it's fucking aliens.
Yeah. Oh, and the whole entryway where they have you going through all the hallways and shit.
Oh, that would be so fucking cool. Like you're in like a Weyland-Yutani ship.
Yes.
And everything. That's the whole like you being led through.
And that big massive room where you walk up before you get an elevator is just hanging chains, and there's like a xenomorph animatronics from above.
A tail.
A tail.
Oh, the chains, but then one of them's a tail that like raises up and then it'll like lower every now and then.
Yeah, and swing around.
All the like the like boiler room scenery is like caked in like all the goo and like fucking shit.
There's a laboratory that you walk by that is like full of like face hugger jars.
That room that you go in where they give you the whole prep of what you're doing.
And then there's like a little fucking fish tank type dealio where something's swimming around in the fluid. Yeah, rebrand Tower of Terror Guardians of the Galaxy into Alien.
This is such a fucking cool... But they don't own it, do they? No, it's a Warner Brothers thing, isn't it? It is. Or no, it's Universal?
No, it's Disney. They can do this.
Is Aliens Disney?
Yeah, it was a Fox product.
But here's the problem. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy being the new Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
We build 2 Tower of Terrors.
They can do one here with the new... oh, that's Universal Studios, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I wonder if they could do some kind of like a deal where they like fucking... Oh, man.
randomly spot in the middle of the Marvel section of the park, they just have a Xenomorph fucking Tower of Terror. But that's such a cool idea, though.
The whole elevator sequence.
It works so well.
Yeah. And then, you know how it opens up? The door opens up?
Yeah.
You have, like, the Jurassic Park fucking ride with the T-Rex instead of that.
That T-Rex still gets me anytime.
The Xenomorph popping.
You're pulling up the video for it.
Yeah. Well, the Xenomorph image right there, that comes at you.
That would be so fucking good.
So cool.
Oh, you see it's just the one, and it's slowly encroaching, because you know how you sit there? It kind of like slowly comes out, and then there's like a lightning spark, and you see that's a fucking hallway of them.
Yeah.
Or it's the queen.
Oh.
That way you can justify like the large size of it. Taking up that whole doorway.
Oh, man. Fuck.
Disney, hire us.
Yeah. These are great ideas.
we're just giving you these ideas. But imagine what we could do when we're being paid.
What they need to do now to improve audience reactions is to automatically, like, oh, we've greenlit a sequel.
Yes, I need them to make the 3rd Prometheus like trilogy film and a sequel to this.
I don't think we'll ever get that.
I know we won't, but it feels empty without it.
It does, but I feel like what they can do now is do a sequel to both. Have David and Andy in the same movie.
Oh, a fucking decaying David.
David, proven he was a god. He made himself into a god, and he gets taken down by Andy.
Oh, you know what would be kind of cool? Like at the beginning of Age of Ultron, when Ultron's just like the collective like wires and like scrap bits and Iron Man suits. David's just like a fucking barely hanging together, but still believes he has a god complex.
He's like a Wizard of Oz type character.
Yeah, he's more like fucking fluff than anything at this point. He's just so like decayed from time.
Imagine him being in like a chair, kind of like the big guy in the first Alien that has the chest burster.
Well, I was gonna say like when we first meet Weyland, he's in the chair.
Yeah, he is.
And he's like, David, do this for me. But now that's David. And he's like, you know, trying to like, he believes he's like the commander of it all. He holds all power in this god act, but it's still just...
I honestly can see them going that direction just from the fact that Fede Alvarez has tied this movie together with the prequels.
You pronounce his name.
Oh, yeah.
Because apparently that's a hard thing for a reviewer to do, despite him knowing everything else about Fede Alvarez. And also cannot say the name Alvarez, calls it Alvarez.
Yeah, I don't get that.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah. So, yeah, he's already connected Alien, Prometheus, fucking...
Right, with this one. With
and then Alien Resurrection tie-in at the end. Everyone hated that.
The Resurrection one or this?
The ending of Romulus where...
I don't get it. I don't get it because I wasn't seeing it coming. This entire third, final 15 minutes, I didn't see coming at all. And it scared the shit out of me when I saw the fucking shot. Because if I remember correctly, there's like no music. There is none, yeah. There's no audio. It's just her like being in pain from giving birth. And then fucking Andy just turns around because she just starts staring. And it's just in the doorway.
Yes.
Just fucking white, elongated, freaking like...
Terrifying.
And a real practical thing.
Yeah, that was a real person.
I thought it was an animatronic for like certain bits. And then I was like, oh no,
that's... dude's a freak.
I mean, he is like a
basketball
high schooler.
Oh, he's high school?
I think he's a high schooler who has like a weird like a genetic like thing that's causing like his body to grow like in weird sizes.
That's why you need freaks in movies. Makes them more interesting.
Get Michael Phelps in there with his weird fucking like extra long arm span and shit. His double jointed knees.
Oh man,
double jointed knees, by the way, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I can walk like a crab.
Well, that's how he can swim so well. That man was built to be a swimmer.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Also cheating.
Oh, he cheats?
It's a certain thing that they've banned now. It's called apparel tech. Apparently the swimsuits that he had that year and everyone else had were so advanced and made your body like fish skin. So there would be no fucking friction. And they banned it since.
Why?
And no one has been able to get up there.
Why not just allow everyone to use it?
Exactly. Why can't everyone in the world buy that? Why can't we buy that? I want this fish skin type
The whole
suit.
point is that we advance this shit for athletes to be at their peak, and you're telling me that you're now denying them peak?
Well, anyways, back to Alien.
No, let's get on this real quick. Speaking of the Olympics.
What a scam.
You telling me Ray Gun got in there? Best breakdancer.
Like, honestly, that's the only thing I saw about the Olympics. That was cool.
But yeah, Freddie Alvarez, he fucking knocked it out of the park and connected the movies. And
tonally, you're connecting Alien and Aliens with this little midpoint. Like, this is a great way to start it. And you're also going to tie into prequels and the other sequels.
I love them just bringing up the Prometheus crew. Like, when he says the whole, like, originally found by the Prometheus crew. And it's just it's the cylinder. It's the fucking cylinder that David grabbed. And it's just like, it's so fucking cool.
Thank you for that little piece. But
it's Obi-Wan saying, "I knew your father during the Clone Wars."
But they're treating it like it's people talking about the movie are like, "Oh, it's just member berries." I'm like, the whole point is this whole reboot type movie is to connect. It's a connector movie. It connects so you can move forward.
It's this this binding agent between these two things.
Yeah.
And people are like surprised about that. I don't get it.
You didn't want it to be too close to the originals? What did you want?
I wanted them to actually make a Predator movie.
Well, I wanted to see them move forward and come up with something new. What do you mean? We brought back the Xenomorph.
What?
You guys been begging for that. We introduced you something new with Prometheus aliens and Covenant with the Neomorph. Cool. Scary.
The Protomorph, the Neomorph, by the way, Protomorph sharks are a thing, apparently.
Oh, man. Well, I was going to say, these things are cool, but I'm going to say now, like, they're not as cool as a Xenomorph. And that's what we get.
Finally brought back the original, very first Xenomorph.
Oh.
And it's dead.
Yeah.
We were introduced to it as it being docile, and it came back to life and killed a lot of people on the ship. And then we find that Rook's like, but our security team was able to track it down and hold it in place. And then it's just cuts to a shot of the fucking ceiling where we realize, oh, there's a reason there's holes in the ground now that, melted Rook in half. And we look up, we see a fucking crucified alien corpse, just fucking decayed, skeletal bits, or all that remain. It's just so fucking, it's so good.
Showing they can be killed.
Yes.
Truly.
Yes.
I'm going to ignore the alien bugs and aliens. And hopefully we can
die.
Hopefully we can move forward and possibly have an alien queen.
You know what I'm realizing? All the aliens that got evacuated in space were all alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that we think about it, they're all alive. That the fucking final act, new form, is also more than likely alive.
Oh, from Alien Resurrection?
Well, I was gonna say the Alien Resurrection and the one in this, because it's just on that piece that gets ejected out.
At that point, it's like, bye, bitch. I don't even care to like.
Out of my hands.
Yeah, out of my hands.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Someone else is more qualified to deal with this.
Rain's like, I just want to go to a new planet.
Yeah.
I just want to go to a new planet. I don't care about the bullshit. Eject mining fucking like cargo hold. I don't need it.
Yeah.
It holds nothing to
yeah.
me. This is not my ship. I don't need it.
And people complain about the ending, feeling like they didn't know where to end it, so they just had a second ending. But
No.
from what I remember, isn't that how the original Alien is as well? But the complaint is, oh, well, it's too close to the original. Oh, but they didn't know how to end it.
That's how they all.
Wait, what are you gonna say?
That's how they all go, though.
What are you going to go with? Like, how are you going to complain that they didn't know where to end it, but you're saying, oh, they ended it just like the other one, where they have the fake out ending with the alien in the ship at the end.
I feel like that's how they do all of them, though. That's literally how they do all of them. That's what Aliens was.
That's kind of what we wanted to see. Something badass like that.
I think even AVP did it.
AVP was cool. It's dumb.
AVP
it's so fucking dumb.
It was like, oh, you blew it up, and we're outside of the mine. Wrong. The Queen's here now.
Yes. Yes. How badass was that? It may be dumb, but it's
fucking
fun.
Pierce the Predator. Now you gotta fucking fight it on your own.
That's fucking cool.
That's the block human with a xenomorph skull.
Then the Predators show up and shit, and they're like, respect.
Oh my god, dude. Predator 2 may not get a lot of love, but just seeing the fucking, like...
Predator 2 is cool.
Seeing the collection of Predators...
It's very dated with
so
its
cool.
90s fucking crime aspect, but that's kind of like...
These highly weaponized gangs.
I would love to see that again. This is so much fun, like...
We brought back Jake Busey, but we couldn't use him? Really?
Oh, that was so stupid. That was so stupid. The new Predator, I only saw it once.
We gotta do it. I feel like we gotta do a commentary track for that, because I would just want to shit on it the whole
It's
time.
so fucking stupid.
It's so bad. There's so many bad choices made through it.
Who's the guy chewing gum? I love that guy.
Fuck, he's in stuff. I remember I was like, is this guy 50 Cent? When I first saw him, and I'm like, no, but he could be a really good 50 Cent if they ever made a movie. But yeah, he's in other stuff.
Yeah, I love that guy.
But I'm thinking of a different character. The guy that always chews gum because he keeps adding new gum
you
pieces.
are thinking of a different guy.
Yeah, I was like, man, no.
No, I know what you're talking about now. You're talking
agent.
about fucking Dr. Manhattan guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Black Manta guy.
That guy's so good.
That guy's cool.
But you're thinking of, what's his name?
2 words, obviously. He's in
it's a cool name, too.
Yes.
He has a fucking cool name.
He plays such a good asshole.
Sterling
K. Brown.
Sterling K.
3
Brown.
words.
You were wrong. Because I was going to say Sterling Brown, but I'm like, there's something missing.
He said there's 2 words, though. It has to be 2.
Oh, man. But Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, they killed him off so quick and like...
So, like, he has a shoulder cannon, and then it just blows his brain up for some reason, which I can't remember why it does.
And that whole movie got reshot. That wasn't originally how it went down. Apparently the Predators gang up with the humans on tanks and shit, like some military equipment, to take out the big Predator.
That's so cool.
That would have been cool. It would have been cheesy as fuck. What happened with that, though?
Shane Black happened.
Oh, man.
Like he did with the first one, Joe.
I'm just going to accept we got Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Is that what it's called? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the one with Robert Downey Jr.? I think so. Okay.
Yeah.
And we got
Is that a
Nice
Shane
Guys.
Black movie?
Yeah. And
Nice Guys is Shane. That would make sense.
Nice Guys is cool. I'll give you that. You got that, Shane.
You
But you couldn't
son
get a
of a
fucking
bitch.
sequel?
I like you looking into the camera as if it's recording.
Well, all I want is Nice Guys 2. I understand there's a
Right.
big price tag, especially with the names, and Ryan Gosling's price tag's gone up
What?
potentially as well.
He'd do it. He'd do it. He's having fun.
He does say Russell Crowe did phone it in. He kind of did, but I could see the...
Even him phoning in, it still felt
Was
accurate
part of
for
the character.
Yeah, it felt
I love
right
that.
for the character.
And
Russell Crowe did Thor. He'll do this.
Russell Crowe needs to come back. I see he's doing a lot better since he visited with Joe Rogan and went and got the stem cells implanted in him. Because he's got a lot of physical injuries from movies. That's why he's gotten so fat.
Oh.
Back injuries.
I just thought it was because he was preparing to play her dad.
Yeah, in that one movie where he drives his truck.
It's
Awesome
just
movie.
him. It's just him.
He's road raging. You shouldn't have honked at me like that. A nice, friendly double tap would be nice.
By the way, I love that he has blood on him.
Instead, you held down on the horn. I'm going to chase you down and murder you.
He already has blood on him. He's already killed several people before this. He's like, but you don't give me courtesy? And it's like, no, because you're fucking crazy already before we even see you do the crazy shit.
I'm on his side a majority of the movie.
Majority, he goes to her nephew's house and then ties him up and murders him and his girlfriend brutally.
They kind of had it coming.
Why? Oh, sorry, because they smoke pot, I forgot.
Yeah, the people at the diner, too.
Demons.
The diner scene?
The people at the diner, he kills the lawyer because he assumes that the lawyer's sleeping with the wife because of his own personal issues. He just assumes that the lawyer's like, yeah, I'm here with your friend. He came and he found me in the diner. It's so cool. And she's like, get away from him.
I like how I haven't seen the movie since it came out, and I only saw it once, and it's like, what, 3-4 years ago, and you remember every plot.
This is my curse. I know movies I don't care about.
Well, that's a good movie not to care about and to watch. I recommend whatever that Joyride movie's called. What is it called?
Joyride?
What's the movie called with Russell Crowe?
It's not Joyride. It's Drive Angry or some shit.
Drive Angry.
Oh man, what is it called? I can't. That's the part I can remember. I can tell you an entire plot summary of something.
Yeah.
Beat for beat, but I can never tell you a movie's name.
Oh man, where is it? He's got too many movies.
Road Rage. I don't think it's anything that like tells you what it's actually about. You can't find it. Never existed. We made this up.
They're not even like I gotta actually pull.
I'm pulling up IMDb. But Alien Romulus.
Yeah, I recommend it. I give it 4 stars, maybe even 4.5, just because of the opening.
Out of 5, right?
Out of 5.
Out of 5, right?
Out of 5.
Oh god, have you seen the Pope's Exorcist movies, by the way?
I saw the Pope's Exorcist. Badass. That was a really good
Unhinged.
Unhinged. Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Would not have guessed that. But it felt like a really good throwback, the Pope's Exorcist, to these horror movies where, like, I know what the director's doing. I see what you're doing. You're perfect.
You know what it felt like to me? You go from watching, like, The Exorcist to James Wan's Malignant.
Oh.
With just, you're all of a sudden fucking, like, supernatural horror.
That's exactly what it felt like. Yeah, okay. That's kind of why I dug it.
From a pretty standard movie.
It was very like, Malignant, like a third act. I was like, I'm down. This is badass.
You're suddenly in the underground of the Vatican. There's a demon lair here. One guy's covered in blood. Russell Crowe's half possessed.
It's fucking cool as fuck. I gotta watch it again.
It's so.
Now I gotta watch. He's got another Pope.
There's
movie.
another one coming out. It's a sequel. And
no, it's not connected at all.
He's
an actor playing a priest, and he gets fully possessed. Hold on, I gotta find the trailer.
Wait, is the Pope's Exorcist or the trailer for this one the one where he's on the little moped?
Right. Oh, that's the other one. This one's just called Exorcism. That was cool as fuck. Him on the little Vespa riding around Italy. Chef's kiss.
So
honestly,
funny.
chef's kiss for that.
It's so funny looking and it has no right to be.
The Exorcism trailer?
Just pulling it up first. It's crazy that these two aren't the same thing.
I'm Donald J. Trump.
Oh no!
No!
This is America's.
Oh no!
She's failed us.
Also, she's not the border czar. That's not a real thing, by the way.
No, I'm sorry.
The border czar isn't real. This is something that the Republicans made up.
A video of her dancing or laughing is the best they got.
That's genuinely what their criticism. They're like, she laughs too much.
Yeah, well, they got nothing. Cause
I'm sorry, she's not a fucking weirdo person just going, I fuck couches. I feel like this movie's gonna have a very Jennifer Coolidge killing all the gay people on the boat in White Lotus.
Yes! Oh man.
You gotta help the gays. They're just trying to get me. I am gay.
Oh man, that would look good.
Is that Eric Bana?
It is.
What is he up to? He would have been cool to see in Deadpool and Wolverine, you know?
Oh. Kill him before he turns into the Hulk?
Yeah. He won't like me when I'm...
Yeah.
Just like squish him to be like.
Oh yeah,
the size of like
that's a good way to kill him. Something like lands on him.
He's the other person that they had prisoner. Because they did have that other person.
Who was someone that we would have brought back?
Rob McElhenney was supposed to be in it.
Oh yeah,
They cut his scene out. Which, by the way, what scene was he gonna be in? He's a TV agent that's captured.
He was a TVA Wolverine.
No,
he's
I
a
think he
variant.
just put on the claws for like the shot, or like because you know how they always.
I think he was a variant.
No, I don't think he was supposed to be a TVA Wolverine. I think I can see them doing that with Rob McElhenney.
Did you see it though?
I saw him with the claws.
And
yes.
the whole outfit and his harness thing for the going up to his helmet. What would have been? Would have been a Wolverine.
Well, no, that's because he gets pulled into the air because he's killed by Goliath. It's in the original trailer, Joe. His scene's in the trailer.
His scene's in the trailer?
They cut it out, though. It's the original, first trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. It's,
hold on.
He's like, help me, and then he dies.
Deadpool Wolverine trailer.
We gotta find, the original, oldest one we can.
4 months...
I'd say try the 4 months one. Give Peter all of his scenes.
Oh, and Peter guy is like a villain in this what's his name? Vince Vaughn movie show on Apple TV. Bad Monkey.
Rob Delaney.
No, the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, Rob Delaney.
What?
His name's Rob Delaney.
His name is Rob Delaney.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound. It sounds like a TV show character.
Okay, so my score for Alien Romulus, I'd say is a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Or out of 5, like you were saying.
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5.
It's so there. It's hitting all the things I want, and I'd just say, I think the real only thing I didn't like was the AI voice, because it, was kind of obvious that it was an AI voice, and, the digital retouching of the face.
Yeah,
I think just
it could have been improved gratefully with prosthetic.
Also, we didn't talk about this, I'm realizing, but yes, it was confirmed that the baby that the one girl had was her cousin's. It's not just implied, it's been confirmed by the director, Freddie. He's like, yeah, that was the intention. That was the asshole.
I saw it in the movie first time I watched it, and I was like, oh, obvious. Just from that quick little moment, that's right. Really good directing and good.
Goes under the camera, you can't even see, but you know what he's doing.
It's so implied, but at the same time, it's all there, and you don't need to dive into it. It's enough, do we really need a whole scene explaining that all?
No. I'm glad we don't. I'm glad it's subtext and it's you don't have to know it to be fine with it. But also, just FYI, the monster that comes out of her, that's just because it was inbreeding. It was incest. That had nothing to do with the fact that she had the alien goo.
People are like, I've seen reviews, people are looking at it and why is this, he doesn't look like her or anything. It would have been better what's with that face? It doesn't look like any of them. It looks like an engineer's face.
Right.
It's intentional.
It's a big circle of life coming back to the engineers.
Yeah.
So yeah, on a little side note before we end, I do want to talk about the Acolyte with you.
Oh.
Acolyte's been canceled, and I think a lot of the criticisms, and I say a lot of the quote-unquote criticisms I've seen for the Acolyte are very similar to the stuff I've heard about Alien Romulus.
Well, Jim, I'm not here to defend the Acolyte. What I am here to defend is a majority of the fan base gets largely ignored, and then finally someone makes something that has everything the audiences have loved about the original movies, and you put it into the new Alien, and now you hate it?
Again, like you're saying right there, the Acolyte. It's a lot of old stuff from Star Wars Legends that got uncannoned, brought into canon. A lot of stuff, like a specific type of metal from original canon brought into canon for the Acolyte. It's so just specific little things like that. And it's all these little cool things. It's great lightsaber fights and whatnot. And it's all the stuff people have wanted. And then once we get it, they complain about. They're like, oh, I didn't want this anymore. And it's, well, fuck you, you did. The YouTuber Star Wars Theory is a good example. Before the show came out, when it was just originally announced, he was like, I really hope we see Darth Plagueis. I think the show would not hit if we don't see Darth Plagueis. And we literally see Darth Plagueis. Yeah. And he does a live reaction where he watches and you watch him react.
I think the biggest issue came down to the writing and
I wouldn't even say that.
the way they tell the story of the twins and.
I wouldn't even say that. I think the writing's good. I think the story of the twins is fine. I think it doesn't ruin Anakin's fucking Chosen One thing because it's like, well, they're not the fucking same. And also, Anakin wasn't the Chosen One. Luke was.
I'm just gonna say here, the Space Witch is weird. You did that this year better in Dune 2.
Well, it is a ripoff of Dune. The Night Sisters are the Bene Gesserats.
Yeah.
They've been that since.
It's
the
just a
Clone
bit
Wars.
obvious, like both coming out in the same months. I'm like, oh.
It's also they're the Night Sisters. They're based off of characters from old Star Wars stuff from the original canon, as well as the Clone Wars show. This just isn't an exact copy of them. This is their own little coven.
Well, it just goes to show Kathleen Kennedy's leadership once again put into question.
Yeah, I think.
Where are they going to go next? They have a few different.
Skeleton Crew.
Oh,
I'm so surprised that's happening.
That
still.
looks cool. That looked very E.T. That looked very Spielberg 80s. Like, okay, this is fun.
It's been 4 years.
I don't know what's happening.
We were talking about this when it initially got announced. They showed pictures.
Oh.
This has been a show in the making for 4 years.
Oh
it's
my God.
It's my biggest problem with Star Wars currently is that they're promising way too much. It's like Marvel. They're promising way too much, and they're not delivering on a lot of it soon enough.
Do what Alien did. Just deliver something that's dark and fucking brutal.
Don't talk about it. Just make it, and then be like, "Hey, but by the way, there's this," and be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and then like
Alien Romulus, I didn't see you coming.
Alien Romulus wasn't even supposed to make it to theaters.
What?
It was a streamer movie.
That sounds about right.
And
they were gonna fucking Prey it.
Yeah.
Which Prey should have been in theaters. That's crazy.
Prey was the best Predator movie I've seen in like decades.
Ever.
Yeah.
It might be better than Predator 1.
Does not.
I disagree. It's better
Nothing
than
beats the
Predator 1.
machismo of some oiled up buff guys with their muscles and guns.
Oh, so you want to watch The Predator?
No, I'd rather watch Predators
You
than
want to
the
watch
Predator.
Black Manta give you the middle finger before being cut in half?
Oh man!
But oh no, he jumps into the jet engine of the fucking Predator ship, which isn't under shields for some reason, I guess. Which, by the way, why does it have a jet engine? Now that I think about it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, the science of that movie off the church.
Yeah, like you were saying, the fandom want a lot of stuff, and when they get it, they're visibly disappointed because they just want something to complain about. It's no longer fans that actually want things. They want stuff to complain about until they get a very specific thing that nobody's actually asking for right now. Nobody actually wants George Lucas to return because George Lucas did make bad stuff, and that's why we were like, okay, when he got replaced. And a lot of good stuff has been made since.
Kind of reminds me of everything with our political system, too. The two sides of everything, and no matter what, everyone talks shit and hates it.
Right, and it's also that technically Democrats and Republicans are just two sides of the same coin.
Right, but
it's a lot of the same bullshit.
Can we just leave that to politics and get it out of our fan base for movies? And just make a really good movie like we did with Romulus. That's a good movie.
No political messaging at all.
The corporations are good.
I think The Boys, it should have never gone the direction it did with the fourth season. It just doesn't make any sense. It was never this political beforehand.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Hello, it's me, the Quartering. I'm an Irish guy who makes consistently bad takes. Or no, critical drinker, sorry.
Critical drinker.
I make consistently bad takes. I did not watch all of The Boys season 4. I saw a little bit of Alien Romulus. It's all woke bullshit.
I was enjoying watching his videos every week, but he stopped doing those. That's right.
Yeah, him and Star Wars Theory, I feel like, are guys that just like switch from actually trying to make videos to just rage bait content.
You know why? Because that's where the money's at.
It's more profitable to be a right wing, like fucking shill grifter. I mean, I know that because he did a fucking 18-minute long video where he talked to Ben Shapiro about Star Wars, and it's the most fucking like bash your brains out.
And then we can get to the point of where everyone just loves pushing negative points of view, especially arguments. Well, anyways, everyone online just
so sorry.
Like algorithmically, they just share negative things about everything, and it's the only thing that gets traction.
It's really unfortunate. I think there's a lot of good stuff out there that's getting unfortunately taken down.
Yeah.
Because they'll lie and they'll say like, oh, it was viewership, but it's like, no, viewership, as we can tell by the numbers, it was good. You just got pressured by certain people being way too loud about something, despite most people actually really enjoying your product.
Yeah. I will say the water level on this channel looks a little lower than it should be.
The River Thames, when it smells like actual sewage.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Shit water.
that is...
The Celluloid Slaughter podcast coming back after our 4-year hiatus.
I don't know if it's been that long.
It's been at least...
Personally, it hasn't felt that long.
It's felt that long to me because my co-host JD on the Crapshoot podcast always tells me
Oh.
how long it's been since the last Celluloid Slaughter because I keep telling him it's coming back.
You could always do a celluloid with him, I feel like.
Oh, I talk about that with him, but he's like, but then we're just doing the Crapshoot. And I'm like, yeah, I guess we are.
Yeah.
That's why I upload our commentary tracks that I do with him onto our channel because it's like, well, that's a kind of movie-related thing. But yeah, with that, everyone...
Next time, we could probably play Alien Romulus and have a commentary. Or
yeah,
something.
that would be fun.
That'd be
I'd like to do some more commentary tracks.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of fun.
Of me watching you play it and you watching me play it. I'm terrible.
Oh, you mean Alien Isolation?
Yeah. Yes, that's what.
Okay, that's what you meant. That's
yeah, Alien Isolation. Sorry, it's the.
No, it's all good. I get what you meant.
Yeah.
meant. Yeah, with that, everyone, thank you for watching. You saw it too, right?
Yeah.
With that, the camera's dying. We'll see you